Hi, I'm Wayward, and this is Universe at War. I'm looking at a 1 versus 1 on Brazilian Highlands, I believe is the name of this map, between, and I'm afraid I don't know which player is which, Purified01 and The Legend. So they're both playing Hierarchy, and the replay tools in Universe at War are a little on the older side, so all I know is that I'm watching it from the perspective of the blue player. Like I said, it's Purified and the Legend, and I am not sure who is who, just that I've got these two Hierarchy players, so I'm going to call them Red and Blue, and we know that the game is from the perspective of the blue player. Anyway, for those who are not familiar with the game, Universe at War is an RTS by Petroglyph. It was their second RTS, I believe. This one came out at the end of 2007, and it was released via Games for Windows Live and published by Sega. So, due to being saddled with GFWL and Sega, jeez Louise. Sorry about that. Due to being saddled with GFWL and Sega, they only released like 2 patches for it, or 3 maybe, before they had to stop working on the game. But for all that, it's remarkably fun. It is very interesting. It has some of the most asymmetrically balanced factions in all of RTS, and it's pretty fun to watch, honestly. So yeah, one of my favorite RTS of all time, and I'm always try to bring some replays to people when I can, because again, I think it's just kind of nifty. Anyway, I've been talking a lot about the game and not talking so much about what's been going on. So Blue has been really expanding his harvesting base. So these Reaper drones are harvesters. They're pretty sturdy. They can walk around and harvest anything they want. This is a detection drone. It serves as the Hierarchy faction's radar and also has a scanner sweep ability. Kind of nifty, if I do say so myself. So yeah, Blue has been expanding all over the map. He is building a walker kind of down here on the low ground. That's interesting. I actually didn't know that was even buildable terrain, but the walkers can walk literally anywhere. They can walk through water. They can walk anywhere on the map pretty much. So it makes sense they could be summoned anywhere there's a flat piece of land. I am not entirely sure what Blue is going for here. It seems to be some sort of proxy, potentially. No, if it was a proxy, I'd think it would be closer over here. So Red is going for double. This is the Assembly Walker. There's 2. There's the Habitat Walker and the Assembly Walker. This is the Vehicle one. There's 2 of them. So it's safe to say that Red is going for a very aggressive build and probably is taking some tech that will give him some advanced weapons on his walkers. So the research in Universe at War is kind of unique, and let me show you how it works. There's this 3-column tech tree, 3-row tech tree, and each of these techs unlocks a set of upgrades. There's 12 total options. You can only research 6 of them at a time. And you have to research the lower one to get the higher ones. So as you go, you unlock better and better tech. Blue is going kind of non-standard. He's going down the quantum branch, which is kind of sneaky and mind-controlly. And my guess is Red is gonna go for. It looks like we have some saucers out for Red. Saucers are a very versatile unit. They deal damage with those little yellow balls called foos, and they can also swap to a healing version of the foo. So kind of a neat unit. What you saw there was Blue actually selling off his Reaper drone. You can sell, unlike in Command & Conquer where you can sell buildings only, in Universe at War you can sell anything at any time. It takes a couple seconds to sell, but once it's sold, you get all the money back. So The hierarchy does this a lot because they've got these sturdy units they can get in and sell before they die. So blue is taking a defensive stance on the base. He's got some anti-air turrets up, some anti-ground turrets up. Those turrets can be upgraded, and they're pretty nasty. Red also is kind of spread out throughout the map. He's got harvesting going on all over. This could be a bit of a liability later in the game, but for now, it's pretty safe. Now, Red is scouting out with these. Red does not have a detection drone that I see, so he's using these saucers to scout. So he sees this harvesting going on, is going to try to damage this Reaper. You see it actually does pretty decent damage over time. I don't think Red has scouted out this assembly walker, though. Looks like Red is getting phase tanks, is getting Defiler, so he's going for an interesting unit composition. Is blue. Red has lost the saucer. We've got some more defenses going on over here. This is a nice use of these saucers to heal up the Reaper drone. Just saved it, by the way. Pretty low on health. Red is now coming out across the map. This walker is being outfitted for attack. You see it's got those plasma cannons on the legs, one arc turret that's anti-air, and I believe this is a range extender and a attack speed accelerator. Those two, I believe. Still only the one walker, it looks like, for each player. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not really robust tools here for seeing what each player's doing, so it's just kind of situational awareness stuff. Let's see what we have going on over here. Another Reaper drone, continuing to expand his economy. So one thing, 2 phase tank pods? I'm not entirely sure what the point of that is, beyond making it harder to lose the ability to produce phase tanks. Now, phase tanks, as you can imagine, they have the ability to phase, become temporarily invulnerable. We have a hero here and another walker, assembly walker for Red, so Red is continuing down this kind of aggressive assault path. Yeah, so we know that he's taking assault branch because Orlok is unlocked via the assault branch. So Red is definitely going for a very standard sort of play. Orlok gets scouted by our blue player. That was the scanner sweep. More turrets going down. Blue is playing very safe. Red is being more aggressive, but Blue has a lot of turrets down. That's going to help him in the long run. Have a big fleet of phase tanks. This is a small scale game, by the way. It's very small scale. Yeah, we have mass drivers. That is a tier 3 tech for the assault branch. So Red is going assault. We see Orlok. We see the mass drivers. So this is a very heavy in-your-face sort of strategy that Red is going for. Another, and this is an expensive unit to outfit. So Red is definitely, he definitely wants to put the hurt on his opponent. We have another assault walker up here, or assembly walker. So yeah, the assembly walker is pretty much your standard walker. The habitat walker is often gotten first in the early game because it's easier to access, comes a little earlier in the tech tree. But the hierarchy's infantry is kind of iffy. I really like this combo saucer and phase tank tech. I am, however, not entirely sure whether or not saucers and phase tanks will win out over these mass drivers, especially with saucers of his own to back it up. Red is also getting a science walker. That's the specialist kind of super weapon sort of walker. Can be outfitted with a number of nasty things based on the tech you're going for. Where is... there is a hard point that can be researched that lets the hierarchy player see the entire map, and I think that's what he's going for here. So this is going to be our proof of whether or not this army can take on. So that first beam cannon actually does go down, or mass driver does actually go down, but Orlok takes out the rest of that army, it looks like, with an artillery shot. Orlok is a very tough hero, and he has like artillery. He can enter a low damage mode that he takes less damage from other sources. He's got a lot of stuff that he can do. But blue is really outfitted for production. I'm interested to see whether this army versus walker strategy kind of pays off. Red finally has his detection drone. I still feel like blue's in the better position. I have this thing I call the tail of the minimap, and you see blue is harvesting over here. Blue has the majority of this northern area. Red is kind of isolated to this area of the base of the map, and that all of this is resources. All these buildings are resources, so there's still a lot of stuff to harvest over here, but it just feels like blue has access to more of it right now. Now red could take this army and go in for a crush. He's not. I think that's a mistake, actually. Red is really holding back and kind of letting blue do what he wants, so there's a definite momentum problem here for red. I feel like blue has a better long-term strategy right now. Looks like blue is actually tech switched. Blue is getting mass drivers, and we have the armor upgrade. So we're going to see triple mass driver versus it's like 1 at the moment. We have double mass driver phase tanks. Yeah, see, so red with these visual optimizers can see actually everywhere. So at this point, nothing blue does is going to be hidden from red. So at this point, both players are kind of going for the same general strategy, although blue is going more for army than for the tech. And blue is also trying to sneak down here. Oh, we do have a super weapon up for red. If that remains up, I don't know that blue is going to allow it to remain up, but if that remains up, then it's going to be pretty bad for blue in the long term. See, Orlok can just continue to walk around the map, harvest resources, and be wherever he wants. He can attack anywhere on the map. So anytime blue tries to build something, red can potentially stop it with Orlok if Orlok's ready. That attack was held off by red's phase tanks. So we really have kind of the same strategy here for both players, and it really is just going to go down to execution. Red is in a pretty strong place right now, but blue's coming down with this fully outfitted assembly walker, and there's not a lot of defenses. Actually, there are at this point, because red is pulling this one assembly walker back, so we do have the walker here. We have a decent little phase tank army. So this could really kind of go either way. Plus the science walker is here to help. So blue has some potential here, but he's kind of attacking into the strongest point of red's defense. Meanwhile, let's take a look. More phase tanks coming out. A lot of scanner sweeping going on. Blue is making a concerted push. I think this is a bad idea, actually. The Science Walker is not going to be able to compete with the mass drivers. Red really needs to bring this walker up. So blue, this is a strong attack, but blue is not really committing where he needs to. Does blue have an Orlok as well? Did I miss that? Also, blue is leaving a portion of his army back here, not doing anything. So this is kind of going red's way right now. Blue is still in the game, as it were. He's still got his walker over here, and that science walker is kind of taking a beating. But Blue could really easily lose this walker for nothing gained, really. So, yeah, this was a... So that arm goes down, so the walker's automatically just less useful, not summoning any units in. I think the walker's going to go down, not necessarily going to kill the arrival site, not necessarily going to kill the matter conduit even. Looks like red selling it off, but I think it got stepped on. So that is an incomplete sell, so red does lose those resources. So that is not great for blue, although blue does have a pretty nasty army coming down to attack red as well. I do think red is still kind of losing this exchange. This walker is still up and healthy, whereas this one has lost all of its mass drivers, lost its legs. Gonna die soon. Blue needs to sell this before it dies. I think it's probably too late at this point. So massive advantage to red right now, although there is a counterattack going through here. I don't know, maybe the target is the economy. I think that's blue's best play. Honestly, that Reaper drone is going to go down. I don't think there's anything that can stop that. Attacking red's economy is a smart move. Does lose at least one of those tanks for his pains. That Glyph Carver is not going to live either. So this is a nice move. I think it's just going to buy blue some time more than anything. The matter conduit's going back down. The walker did not get sold, so red is in a pretty good position with two walkers there. Another walker coming down for blue, though. So blue is pretty happy with his economy right now and is able to spam these walkers. This could be bad for red. Red does... No, that's blue. Blue saucer. So right now, blue is quite happy with the unit numbers, pretty comfortable with the map position and the walkers. But red does have that matter conduit out again. And blue still does not have Orlok, does not have... So red kind of has the tools advantage right now. Oh, but this walker has no AA, which is kind of bad since there's all these saucers here. Whoops. Red forgot his anti-air, or blue forgot his anti-air, and red is going to town on that. So, sorry, blue. Probably, well, we do have a tech switch. Looks like some arc turrets coming out. Blue making a smart choice to pull back. Gonna take some damage, but not unrecoverable damage at this point. Let's take a quick look. Interesting. I think this walker is being re-outfitted for production. I think those are cost optimizers, which reduces the cost of units that are some... Pulling those saucers back. I think red should take the time to actually do... So, red has had some problems. This walker has done nothing. This walker could be getting out and doing some damage. It did nothing. Blue gonna do a 2-walker push. I think this could be really bad for red. This one walker, hurt walker that's not fully outfitted for combat, is not going to do anything against these two. Neither player taking that capturable structure this whole time. Interesting. A third walker coming down with more production, it looks like. But yeah, red is just, he's not doing anything. This is a problem. Finally getting some attacks in. That's... Oh. That's blue. Blue potentially defending an attack here. Let's see. Orlok going into defensive mode. That is probably a little premature, honestly. This force is pretty nasty, though, with the phase tanks and the saucers. Found that matter conduit right away. Let's see. We have another... That science walker's still out, but... I honestly feel like red has kind of given up. Like, he's not pushing out. He's not really trying to be aggressive. He's just sitting there. And I'm not entirely sure the purpose, the plan that Red has at this point. You know, Blue's pushing out. Blue has 3 assembly walkers, actually. Why with the 3? I don't understand the 3 phase tanks. I mean, we have the cost optimizers. We have 4 cost optimizers, so cheaper phase tanks. That makes sense. I just don't understand why there's 3 pods. I don't get that. Matter Conduit actually still alive, is not going to go down. Let's see, Red getting another walker that makes... Oh, Red lost that assembly walker, I think, or sold it. But yeah, this 2-walker push is going to be nasty, especially if this walker is really out of position to help. There's some turrets, but they're not going to do too much against these fully outfitted Death Walkers here. So Red is in a bit of trouble. Only have 1 anti-air turret right now. But this is plenty of firepower. So Blue, I feel like Blue this whole time, Blue's had a plan. Blue has been out there being proactive, taking the map, holding the map, making a concerted effort to keep things going his way. Red has really just been resting on his laurels. We do have a super weapon going down on top of this walker. Not doing as much as you would hope it to do. Did not take out any of the hard points, unfortunately. I think that's due to that armor upgrade, the molecular armor. So this fight actually going to go kind of bad for Blue because it's 2-on-1 in Red's favor. This one, however, is also going to be doing some damage. What are these saucers doing? Why are they attacking the legs? Science Walker not going to be able to do too much, losing that detection drone, losing more harvesting capabilities. Yeah, Red is really, I mean, if you just look at the mini-map. Like, Blue has stuff. You can see another Reaper going down. So Red is going to need to completely rebuild. Even if he wins this, Red is just going to need to rebuild everything. That Walker getting sold off. Let's see if it... I think it might die before it finishes selling. Yep, it dies before... No, I think that was a photo finish, but I think it got sold off before it died. We still have that matter conduit. Science Walker is still alive. Red not moving to react to this Walker. I think that's a bit of a problem. More phase tanks coming in. That's a large army of phase tanks, actually. Orlok is actually really low on health and could die to these phase tanks pretty easily. He will re-heal by himself, but it really depends on if Red is going to see that make it happen. I think Red can't really do anything. I don't see any Reaper drones. Orlok is definitely going to die to this. There he goes. That is that. Orlok is down. Red still has stuff, but we got 1 Reaper coming in for Red. I think it depends. And the matter conduit dies. This assembly walker is going to be close again. I think it dies before it gets sold. Yeah, so a bit of a disadvantage for Blue, but Red has nothing. No way to make money. All of the Reapers are dead. There is a very slim chance Red comes back into this. Blue only has... Nope, there's another Walker coming up there. And that's like the perfect place for it. You could rush that thing right down into the middle here. Take out that arrival site. Detection drone. Ugh. Yeah, red is really hanging on by a thread. We do have a lot of face tanks, but blue has a ton of resources. He's got a ton of Reapers heading around the map anywhere he wants. Red is really running low on options in his area of the map. No super weapon. I feel safe saying that blue is probably going to take this. Even Reaper up here. There's all these resources just for blue. More resources here for blue. Some stuff there.
I am destined for greatness. Our forces engage the enemy.
What's that? Is that a hero? Oh yeah, we got Kamal Rex. So red has tech switched over to the hero Kamal Rex, but red has nothing. Like, nothing. One Reaper drone getting resources. Let's see, there's some resources there still. There's that. The map is pretty low on stuff for red to claim at this point. This is where I would wish that I had a fast forward button, because I think it's just gonna... There's probably one more battle left in this game, but even if red wins the next battle, that's it. I see blue is supposed to have 3 walkers. Where's the 3rd walker? There, we got a science walker coming in for blue. Blue is happy with his tech, has not changed it. So this one is still combat, this one is still production, and then we have the science walker coming in. He knows, I mean, matter conduit again. I don't know what red is doing at this point. I think he's just kind of having fun with it as he marches toward his inevitable defeat. Yeah, these phase tanks, I don't even think these phase tanks can beat these ones, just because we have the healing and damage saucers as well as the just the numbers. So he can see. Let's see, yeah, it's back where it was. Basically, no turrets. I don't know, red kind of has an army, but blue has everything going for him. I mean, honestly, to the point where I'm having trouble finishing the cast. I just don't see. I don't see red winning this. Only with one harvester right now. Maybe a second one on the way. How cool are these walkers, though, man? Not many units like this, specifically like this, in an RTS. Here we go. It's the phase tank fight, and red is just, oof, losing a phase tank for nothing. Saucer's out of position. Kamal Rex really should join in this. Abducting this army would be a huge coup for red. Look at that healing. Look at those saucers healing up the phase tanks. That's just... There we go. And Kamal Rex can now participate. So, I mean, an abduct would be a pretty big deal. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's just such a bad idea. They're all in healing mode anyway. Oh, come on, Red. You're getting all your stuff out of position. There's going to be another fight and another opportunity for Red to lose all of his phase tanks. Even if Red barely comes out on top of this. Oh no. Kamal. Losing Kamal Rex for nothing. For nothing. That was, oh my god. It's horrible. So Red did kind of come out on top of that, did lose some of his phase tanks, but has more. But, I mean, that's not really stopping Blue. Blue's got more money than he knows what to do with, and full map vision. Red cannot hide anything from Blue anymore. Blue also now has a matter conduit and is protecting it with anti-air turrets, so Red can't just sneak in and snipe it. I honestly just want to call this one for Blue and end the game now, because this is just really dragging on. This replay actually came highly recommended to me by the Universe at War community, and this is kind of painful at this point. Like I said, I'm really, really, really wishing I had the ability to just skip to the end of this. Red is technically in the... What is he even doing? He's probably like eating a sandwich or something, right? Like, Blue can't lose this at this point. In case it's unclear for anyone still watching, I doubt anyone's watching this at this point, but let's just fingers crossed and hope. The hierarchy can summon up to 3 units at a time from their walkers, which is a great help in the early game. It does not really help against other factions in the late game, because with 5 buildings of the same type, the other 2 factions can outproduce the hierarchy. Finally coming down with the assembly walker. It's just, oh my goodness. There goes the detection drone. A little bit of saucer micro, actually, to make sure that the drone dies without losing any walker or saucers. Pretty spiffy. Got some saucer v saucer action going on. Again, nice saucer micro from Blue. So kind of fun to see anyway. That matter conduit. It's actually, I think it looks like it's ready to fire Red, so Red can fire that off. But at what? And it's actually going to lose the matter conduit before it goes off anyway. If I were Red, I would consider a just firing it just to do something with it before it dies. My gosh, Red is actually keeping it. Nope. No, I was going to say Red is keeping it stable at like 1% health, but that didn't happen. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Red has literally nothing. There's more phase tanks on the field for Blue than Red has units. So we've got maybe one more fight coming in. There comes the matter conduit. It's going to weaken up that... Oh, right on top of the walker. Doesn't kill anything, but does weaken it up. Red again with his units kind of chronically out of position. Blue could literally throw this fight and still win, though. Red has literally nothing. Even odds that this fight is over before this other walker joins the fight. And even if it's not, I mean, Another saucer army is incoming. Blue actually not doing quite as well as you would have assumed. Red, I mean, does have a decent grasp of tactics. Red is a good fighter. Gotta give Red that. Red is a good fighter, and has done better in some of these encounters than you would have thought just looking at them from the outset. But I was really hoping Blue would just win this outright. Oh, that last Reaper Drone going down. Red is out of money and out of the ability to earn money even. Actually, there's one more Reaper. So Blue is really doing a mopping up action here. That turret goes down. That Glyph Carver goes down. It looks like Blue is actually going to lose this fight, but he's winning all of the ones that matter. Red holding on with a nothing. Two Reapers now, and like one house to clean up. Oh my God, Blue! You should have just won that fight. This would have been over. Oh, it's hard even to talk at this point because there's just the situation is so hopeless for Red. There's no units. There's no income. Let's see, how many Reapers do we have? We have another assembly walker coming down. Mind out that little corner of the map. Let's see, got some mining going on over here too. So there's at least 5 Reaper drones. 1, 2, 4. There's at least 4, I guess. But Red has 2 and is really kind of running out of resources. Let's see. I don't think that pool is worth anything. Let's see. We've got that assembly walker. Both of these ones are hurt, and Blue does have. This is really just going on way longer than it needs to. Oh boy. Grab the police cars, I assume. Well done. Blue is being overly cautious. I mean, we've got a big army here. Took out the harvesting with the superweapon head. And why not? Oh, not entirely. No, get the last Reaper drone. Glyph Carver goes down. Reaper drone gonna go down finally. Red, you see how out of luck you are right now, right? There's another Reaper drone. There it goes. Now you have nothing. You have nothing. Just quit. Oh my God. Oof. Let's see. Blue is taking out the anti. No, take out the anti-air. There we go. Take out the science walker. Looks like. Hard points. legs, taking out the other hard point. And there goes the Science Walker. Red. So it looks like blue is almost out of resources as well. The map is pretty well drained dry. Although blue still does have a little bit of money in the bank. It's infuriating because if blue attacked with like any percentage of his army, like his full forces, he would win easily. Red with another assembly walker, dragging this out even more. Oh look, a single Reaper drone. At the very least, this walker is badly out of position, and is not necessarily going to be able to get to the fight before this fight is over. Goes income again. Why the turret? I think if the arrival site goes down, blue will win. Maybe it has to be all the turrets too. But okay, that assembly walker goes down. The turret goes down. The arrival site is about to go down. I think this may be the end. Hopefully, possibly. Oh. One thing I do like about Universe at War is that it's very, I would term it resilient. It's really hard to permanently be knocked out of the running, but in this case, this was just a very long, drawn-out, bitter, long, slow death for Red. This match actually ended like 20 minutes ago, and we just had to sit here and watch it end. So if it's been annoying for me, I can only imagine how much worse it's been for you. We are down to the last walker. Thank God. Congratulations, kudos to Red for not giving up, but oh my God, was it painful to watch. Like, I understand and appreciate fighting to the bitter end, but this is the bitterest of ends, because I am bitter just having to watch it and talk about what's going on. Very painful. So, I mean, obviously the whole time Blue had a good plan set out, expanding to the south, expanding to the north. Red, honestly, to me, it felt like Red kind of gave up. Like, halfway through, he was not pushing out. Red was not... where's the superweapon being fired? Like, where? It didn't hit the... Where did it go down? Oh no, don't run away. There's no... Did they drop it there? Oh my God. Oh my God, why? But yeah, anyway, it felt like Red kind of gave up halfway through. Didn't push out, didn't try to make anything happen, was hardly doing anything in terms of building or any of that. It just seemed like Red was just sitting there waiting for Blue to win for about half of the match. So this is the last little bit of health on this Assembly Walker core. 4-2-0 dead. That should do it. Red is finally out. Yes? There's nothing left. There's not a single Red unit left. Oh my God. That was painful. Now we get to know which player is which. So, so Purified was Blue, was the winner there. You see that Petroglyph or the Legend actually did really, really well in terms of actual combat. But yeah, much, much better in terms of actually trading off. But Clearly, Purified had the better plan going into that. So, this has been Wayward, and this has been Universe at War. Thanks for watching.